Alright, welcome everyone to another RFC Reviews. I'm your host Diecast, and today we have Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime. And he is definitely Optimus Primey. He does fall back every once in a while. That is one of my complaints with him, but you know, if you're careful and you pull your hands away slowly, he will stand. But if you tap him, and he's not perfectly, he just goes backwards. So there is that. Like I said, you can get him to stand. It's not terrible. You kind of got to lean him just a tad forward, but he can tip over relatively easy. And just to get a quick comparison out of the way, here he is with Titan's Return, Optimus Prime, who also is a leaner, and you can see, I mean, for me, face sculpt's much better. His head doesn't really look up. That is kind of it can look down, it just can't look up. But definitely a much better representation for me of G1 Optimus Prime. So get him out of the way. And we'll also get in Rodimus Prime, who I have a real problem with these legs here. I didn't think I would hate it as much. I knew it would bother me. I absolutely hate it, and I will not buy this mold again. It's that bad. It's just these shoulder things really bother me. There should be a way to rotate them to where you could rotate at this joint instead of his hip joint, or Hot Rod's hip joint, but it's really bad. But you can see they scale nicely together and will definitely look nice on the shelf next to each other. So let's get horrible Prime out of the way there, and we'll come in real quick. Take a nice look at Prime. Again, like I said, very nice head sculpt. You get nice detailing on the windows here. You can open this up, and there is room for the Matrix inside. Let's open that. Open that. And then open and open. And you can see the Matrix inside of there, and you can take it out if you want, and you can pop this out. Oh, pop out. And you can put other figures in here if you want. But the way this goes in the chest, it only goes it only goes one way. So if you do want to put a figure in it or a head in it, it's going to be upside down in its chest, because this is the only way I could get this thing to go in, and it's kind of difficult to get it lined up. But come on, get in there. There you go. That's the only way I could get it to go in, because there is a little groove right there. So if you put it the other way, and again, not the easiest thing to do, you can't get it to clip in properly. It just doesn't line up. So there you go. We'll just leave that out for now, because you really don't need it. To be. But there you go. You get that nice translucent blue with some tech details. Nice grill. Yellow paint here. Blue paint here. Down the legs you have some stickers. And the stickers are not horrible on this. They're not great, but they did a pretty good job. A little crooked, especially that Autobot symbol on the shoulder there. You got these stickers right here, and then you got these stickers on the legs of Orion Pax, and of course the trailer stickers, which we'll look at a little bit later. As far as articulation goes, like I said, his head is on a ball joint, but it can't look up, it can only look down. And you can get a little side to side, but not much. There's just, for being a ball joint, there's not a lot of movement on there. The arms can do a full 360. They can go out and actually up if you want them to, straight up, which is nice. That is due to transformation, but it's nice to have that option. And you get a swivel right above the elbow, an elbow that gets you more than 90 degrees, which I think is great. No fingers or wrist rotation, no waist rotation. You do get soft ratchet forward and back, and then you get more than 90 degrees of bend at the leg, which again is nice. And then you do get ankle tilts, and it can go backwards and forwards a good amount. So, and then out is just on a friction, and he can go almost all the way out. So, really nice Optimus Prime. Really digging this guy. But of course, if you're going to recommend, you know, only one leader class, Optimus Prime would be it. There is one other problem I've been having with this figure, and that out of the box, these panels were out further than they should be. And you kind of just gotta push it in and lock it in, but you do hear some plastic kind of, almost sounds like the plastic is wearing right there. So, but that's the only way to get his arms in the correct position. Otherwise, they're going to be out a little bit further than they should. But take a quick look at Optimus Prime's gun, which is just his standard black rifle. No paint on it. Same on both sides. But it does separate for Orion Pax to give him two guns, which we will also see once we get Orion Pax out here. And let's take a quick look at the back of the figure just to see. You do have his legs hanging off the back, but it's not horrible, and certainly from the front it doesn't hinder Optimus Prime at all. To release Orion Pax from the center, there is a spring-loaded tab that you'll press down right here on his buttocks. And then we're just going to pull this whole assembly out. And then we can put that off to the side. And then we'll take a quick look at Orion Pax. And to transform him, it's pretty simple. You just pull the legs down. You're going to rotate these around. These legs around. And this is going to be the front of the figure. We're going to take out the feet. And then just bring down the arms. Open his chest. Flip out Orion Pax's head. Flip in Optimus Prime's head. And then flip that in. Flip his head around. And there you go. There is Orion Pax. Whoops, forgot to flip out his hands. They do flip out. But there you have Orion Pax in his robot mode. And yeah, it's a really good looking Orion Pax. The backpack is kind of a truck, and Optimus Prime's, you know, windshield. But what you can do if you want is you can kind of fold these down. I don't know if that makes it look any better for you, but it doesn't hinder it too much from the front or ruin his silhouette. Again, these figures are pretty much not to be looked at from the back, but you can do it however you like. And then he also has a nice clear blue windshield Autobot symbol right there, which they actually centered. It's amazing. One sticker they got right. Some yellow paint there, and those stickers right there. But that's pretty much it for Orion packs. And let's go ahead and get him transformed into cab mode. And to do that, we're just going to flip those hands back in. We're going to open this chest piece up. And then we're going to bring the legs up and rotate so the wheels are on the bottom and these gas tanks on the outside. Flip the feet in. And then you're going to see a tab right there at the feet that this is just going to tab into, just like that. And then these arms you want to rotate right above the elbow and then fold in or fold up. Yeah, rotate and then fold up. And then flip this panel around. Same thing on the other side. We're just going to rotate that, bend his arm up, and rotate that out. This is how the instructions tell you to do it. There is another way that I can show you if you don't prefer, or if you don't like that. These flip out and then push back. And then these panels come down to form the front of the truck. So there you go. There is pretty much everything. And these do tab into the legs right there. And that is the truck. And then you can straighten out these arm panels to get them looking not so gnarly like we've seen in some of the product shots, and I don't think that's terrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible either. There is one other way to position the arms if you want to, and you can just kind of rotate them around like that. And have the hands kind of up inside of that section, which will give you that look. I really don't know what's better. I kind of going with the official for right now, which is this. And honestly, this is one thing I thought I would hate a lot more than I do. In hand, I really don't mind this. And to be honest, I'm not going to leave him in truck mode anyway. But let's go ahead and put him down. And then we'll come up to his exosuit. And this, we're just going to start untabbing everything, which is pretty easy. Untab the arms. Whoops. Untabbed a little bit too much. Get back on there. Untab the panels from the bottom. Just like that. Don't pinch your fingers. And then just come down to the legs. Start untabbing the rest of the truck. Just like that. And then bring these feet up. And these panels will come around and they will tab into the foot. There's a tab right there and a slot right there that will tab in. Same thing on the other side. Bring that foot down, tab that in. And then the legs will tab in right there together. And then you can bring this top section down and start tabbing that together. And there you have the back half of his truck. And then we're going to flip in the exhaust stacks. And then you want to push these panels up and rotate the hands. Now you can rotate this whole panel around just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Rotate this up, flip this around, flip this panel up, and rotate this down. And then you're going to be left with this. And then before we start tabbing everything together, you can tab in Optimus Prime's gun on the top of his arms right there. And then you'll see you're just going to want to push this together and then tab these in, and down on here you're going to see these tabs are going to clip into the side of the waist right there, and then these tabs are going to come down. These side panels are going to close up, and then the last two side panels that close up are up at the top right here, and just squeeze that all together. And it actually tabs together very well. It's very solid. You can throw it, do whatever you want with it. It tabs in exceptionally well. And the gun kind of does fill in the gap up here between the arms, which I think is really nice. And then right up here, you also have this tab you can flip out, and that is the port connect to the truck. You can connect them, and he rolls fairly well. Not a lot of clearance. There's definitely, like, this has about that much space in between the table and it, but it does clear and it does roll. All the wheels roll. You get a pretty nice bend for the truck. And honestly, I wrote off the truck mode before I even got this in hand. It's actually a lot nicer in hand. I really like it. Maybe it's just because of how solid it feels, especially the trailer just feels really solid. I think they did an excellent job with this Optimus Prime. And if you're a fan of Optimus Prime or you're a fan of G1, this is probably the best G1 Optimus Prime leader size figure we've gotten in generations. So definitely recommend it. I did forget to take a look at the packaging, and I did forget to break the guns apart for Orion packs, but just to show off the packaging real quick, you have a bio. When the humble Orion Pax becomes the bearer of the matrix of leadership, he evolves to become the noble leader Optimus Prime. So, again, not too much. The front, the bottom, the side, you have a nice picture of Orion Pax. And not too much on this side. You just get the Prime symbols. And that's it. So there you go. There is Power of the Primes, Optimus Prime. As always, remember to subscribe to my channel, please. If you like the video, please subscribe. Please feel free to leave a comment, hit the thumbs up. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.